Welcome. Pause the World for Peace 2023 events. World Water Day virtual press conference. Earth Day, Times Square live 5-hour broadcast. All right, now we're staying in with people who care about our young leaders and the next generation. And we have Chuck Saia on the line here. He's the co-founder of You Got This Kid. I'm crazy about Chuck, like I'm crazy about the other Chuck Armstrong, and everybody on this call. It's a big honor for us to have all you kind people to be sharing this important messages that you live by. So you're the co-founder. Tell us a little bit about your organization. You Got This Kid, Chuck, and thank you for being on.
Well, Paul, thank you. And thank you for what you do, having an impact on our world. And Chuck Armstrong, we just met, but that was brilliant learning what you're doing with Wonderama. So thank you. And it was also brilliant learning about AV, Paul. So the You Got This Kid Leadership Foundation, yes, I'm the co-founder. We every day strive for the development of young leaders while having a positive impact on people with lupus, which is a debilitating autoimmune disease, and the environment. And the reason we tie that into the environment is that toxins in our environment and the removal of toxins in our environment have a positive impact on those with autoimmune and can prevent people from getting autoimmune. So when you think about water, Paul, you always say this, without clean water, we don't have life. And we need to remove toxins out of the environment. The way our foundation does that, you know this, I'm the author of 2 books. One is You Got This Kid, Words of Advice for Young Leaders. The second book is You Got This Kid, Words of Advice for Children. And we do development of leaders through curriculum and through leadership training. We also provide immersive learning experiences to future leaders in the area of autoimmune and lupus through research, and also the environment through environmental studies and research and impact. It's an exciting time for us, you know that. I think you're going to play a video. If you want to introduce that, I can. But love the partnership with what you do and love you for the impact that you're having on our world.
Yeah, please introduce the video.
Yeah, so you're about to see a video from one of our board members. She's a PhD in biology. She's a professor at Quinnipiac University, and she leads the environmental studies program up at Quinnipiac University. Her name's Dr. McGinnis, Dr. Courtney McGinnis. She's absolutely brilliant. She's going to read a passage from my first book, You Got This Kid, Words of Advice for Young Leaders. It's where I use animal analogies to compare the corporate jungle to the animal kingdom. So it's a little bit fun. I hope you get something out of it. It's about you, and leadership is about you, and she's going to tell you all about that just in this one.
Hi, this is Paul Slackers. We're here for Pause the World for Peace for World Water Day. I'm here with Courtney McGinnis. Hi, Courtney. How are you?
Good. How are you, Paul?
All right, good. Courtney's on the board of You Got This Kid, and this organization is marvelous, and we're so excited to have them part of our activities for world peace, for World Water Day and Earth Day. And so You Got This Kid, Words of Advice for Young Leaders. I got all excited because the forward, and first of all, Chuck Saia is a good friend and a very smart man. It starts off with navigating treacherous waters. See, waters have a lot of meaning to everyone. And there's the first part, it's called It's About You. And It's About You has one person in a boat. So it's all about you, and it's all good. And our good friend Courtney, who's also a professor at Quinnipiac, correct? What are you doing up there?
I'm doing lots of good things. I'm currently the program director for the environmental science and studies program here at Quinnipiac. And I'll be doing this reading as a member for the You Got This Kid Leadership Foundation, where I'm a board member there.
Fantastic. All right. It's about you. It's about you, Courtney. Now, if you could read that, that would be wonderful to share with our press conference. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, here we go. So part 1, it's about you. The first section of this book is about you becoming your best self. Much of your career is about you, so we'll start there. In the second half of the book, we'll talk about how it's not all about you, though. Many strong individuals and forces will shape your career, and you need to learn how to handle those situations. But first, you. A large portion of your success in life is dependent on you. I witness so many people in the business world of all ages and at all levels forget personal responsibility. They blame others for their lack of success. They blame circumstances like market downfall or the inability to effectively lead. And the most often used excuse of all, they complain about not having the time to focus on themselves. If we could create perfect circumstances for everyone, we could all succeed. I could guarantee that you will be the next manager, division head, CEO, or chairman of a company of your choice. Maybe I could guarantee that you will be the next head coach or general manager of your favorite sports franchise. Or how about guaranteeing that your startup will be sold for $1 billion? Wouldn't that be nice? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Perfect circumstances rarely, if ever, occur. So the wise thing to do is to work on what you can control, you. In this section, we focus on 3 simple stories from the animal world. Protect what makes you different. Mandarin ducks do. Butterflies are magnificent, but they didn't start out that way. Developing a thick skin early will add years to your staying power. As you will see, it works for armadillos. Here we go.
Here we go. Courtney, great job. Thank you so much for sharing this important book. You got this kid, Words of Advice for Young Leaders, and for all the important work you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, wowie. All right.
Yeah, you
Beautiful.
didn't tell me you were giving me content segments for Wonderama. This is perfect. Chuck, we're going to come see you.
All right,
I'd love to
Chuck,
collaborate.
you're going to
Chuck,
be
I'd
on
love
the
to
show.
collaborate with you.
Yay, that's what we love. We love that. So this is, I was hoping for that, actually. That wasn't planned. But Chuck Armstrong is not going to miss talent. I'll tell you that right now. He never misses talent, and he's going to see even some more talent now. But before we go to that, I do want to say that Chuck has written another book, and we are going to be creating, along with Courtney and Courtney's daughter, I think she's only 10. We're going to be reading some of his, what's the name of the other book, Chuck?
It's You Got This Kid, Words of Advice for Children. It uses the same animals that what I call the adult book, even though it's meant for young leaders, uses. And it's more cartoonish. It's a coloring book, and it follows the track of a young caterpillar that's trying to become a great butterfly leader because of the importance of pollinating gardens in our world. So it's a fun book that connects to the environment. And thank you for mentioning it, Paul. And I look forward to seeing how Courtney's daughter does in comparison to the mom, right?
Yeah, we're going to, what's exciting is that we're going to do that in Times Square. Let me remind people now, right now, April 22nd. We'll start around 11:30, create a human peace sign. If we're successful, we have been successful in the past. And then at 12 noon, once again, we put Ringo up there, and Ringo will ask for a moment of silence for peace. And then we'll go for till around 4 o'clock. We have a big old screen. In fact, in this press conference, you'll see Cheyenne Elliott, who's Dionne Warwick's granddaughter. You'll see that big stage that we have in Times Square. And it's very exciting. Times Square is one great place to throw a concert. Our good buddy, Mr. Chuck Armstrong, does Wonderama there for around 2 weeks, knocks out about 7,000 shows. And it's all good. It's a great place. We'll be knocking out maybe 4 or 5 because our show is going to be 5 hours. All right. So it's all good. And Chuck will get on there, and, we're just focusing and getting positive, life-affirming content out there of what people are doing good for the world.
passage.